Okay, I promise, we're almost to the fun stuff. But I want to take a second and go over what an API is because we're going to be using them a bunch going forward. So it's important you conceptually understand what an API is. So I want to relate what an API is or an API call is to a real world event, something we all have experienced before, so you can easily understand what it means. So picture you're at a restaurant. You sit down in your seat, and what's the first thing that you do? Well, a waiter comes up and asks for your order. So you give that waiter your order. That waiter then goes to the kitchen and delivers the order to the chefs. The chefs then prepare the dish, give that dish back to the waiter, and then your food is served. So let's look at the restaurant and take the waiter or waitress as our API in this example. Now, when you go to a restaurant, what are you doing? Well, you're not going and running to the kitchen, are you? No. In fact, you probably don't even know how the kitchen works, how the chef operates, or how they prepare your dish. All you know is that you interact with a waiter, and that waiter then goes and brings you back food. So what happens in that interaction? Well, you're looking at a menu. You're selecting what data or food you want to send to the kitchen. And the waiter then takes that information, delivers it to the kitchen. The kitchen does their process because we don't really care or know how the kitchen operates. And we get returned from that waiter our food. And that's exactly how APIs work. You send data with specific parameters to that API or waiter. They go interact with a third party and they bring back data. That is how an API works. It's really that simple. So I hope you understand the restaurant example and how that works. You are not directly interacting with the kitchen, are you? No, you're only interacting with the waiter, and the waiter then goes and gets the information needed, or in this case, the food, and brings it back to us or our application. So let's just jump right into the next lesson and actually do this ourselves so we can see how it works in practice. Don't go anywhere. Let's get right into the next one. I'll see you over there.